No one panic. I have another Jolly Rancher in my mouth. And we going. And we going. We fucking going, y'all. I think I went the wrong way. Whatever.
We've been waiting for you, Warden.
Fuck are you guys?
Watch in horror as I rip you apart. The blood pumping. You're hopeless.
Are you punching him?
Have at you.
Does this Grand Dwarven Rebellion not have arms? Lame.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? No surprise.
0 out of 10. Pathetic excuse for a rebellion. Anyway, what were we saying? Alright. Brazilian Forest. We're going in to find an errand.
You! You were the Grey Warden who broke the curse! I demand to know what happened to the werewolves. Where did they go?
Oh boy. They are no longer werewolves. The curse was broken.
That makes no difference. Those monsters killed my husband. They killed so many of my people. They have Dalish blood on their hands. If they are human once more, that shall make it all the easier to take vengeance for their crimes. Tell me where they are.
Zathargan wanted vengeance too. Look what it did.
It destroyed him. Yes, perhaps you speak wisely. If they are gone and never return here, then perhaps it is better to let it simply end there. We will go back to the camp then. Thank you for your words. Please accept this small token of my gratitude.
I'm gonna be
I
honest.
belong to my husband, and I cannot carry it any longer.
I'm gonna be honest, I was not expecting that to work. Ran with his 1 point of persuasion. The fuck was I doing? Oh, right. Again, Brazilian Forest. We're going to find an errand. Are you excited? I'm excited. Fucking hype! I'm hype as hell. Man, the forest is a lot nicer when it's not crawling with werewolves that want to eat you. Could do without the creepy music, though. I won't give it that much. Man, so much to really clean up this blood. Hey, there's the man of the hour.
Friends, turn back, please. These woods are a danger to those who do not know the paths.
Anarin?
Wait, I remember your face. But younger, more impulsive, stern. Wynn?
I thought they had killed you.
They very nearly did. The Templars found me while I was searching for the Dalish. They ran me through and left me for dead.
I brought this on you. Oh, I was a dreadful mentor, harsh and impatient. I am sorry for the way I treated you.
I've put that behind me, and you should too. I didn't fit in with the Templars and your chantry. My path lay elsewhere.
Irving is a reasonable man. He will find some way for you to return. The Circle needs new blood. It needs to change.
I have fond memories of Irving. He was always kind to me. I will consider your proposal, and perhaps I will speak with Irving. However, I promise nothing. Now, it is getting late and you have much to do. You should be on your way.
I am pleased to have made your acquaintance, Aaron.
Likewise. My years in the Circle were not a complete waste. I learned more than I let on. You did teach me, Wynne, even if you didn't know it. Look at this. It's the hardened sap of a tree native to this forest. It's been something of a lucky charm for me, and now I want you to have it.
Very well. I'm grateful. May your gods smile on you and Aaron.
And on you.
Yaw. I love a happy ending. It was worth the trip, even though it was quite long. Let's see. Alistair's quest done. Liliana's quest done. Sten's quest done. Morgan's quest about to be done. Shale's quest done. Wynn's quest about to be done. Zevran's quest, we can't finish that yet. The fuck am I going? This way? And yeah, I think that's it. I think we're pretty much done with the personal quest, save for talking to Wynne and Zevran. Zevran's by necessity. It can't really be completed until, well, a couple more things have to be done. But I know what needs do. God knows I've played this game enough. Was hoping to avoid fighting anything.
Show them no mercy! Too slow. You're in a little over your head. You now. From me!
Excellent.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Okay, well, we got through the Brazilian forest involving only one fight, which I guess is about as good as we could have hoped. So yeah, we just need to I'll talk to Zevran again when we get back to camp, and then we'll head to Denerin.
So those designs you have all over your back,
They're called tattoos, and I have them in many more places than just on my back, my friend.
right. I hear that someone gets those by having needles put the ink under your skin.
A great many needles, amongst other things, yes. That would be true.
Didn't that hurt?
Oh, yes, yes. But it is not so bad, in truth. If you like, I could give you one. I learned a bit of the art myself in Antiva.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Come, it will just be a small one. Perhaps the symbol of the Grey Wardens. Something manly. Where are my needles?
Maybe some other time. I'm going to go stand over here now.
Oh, Zevran. Never change, mi amor. I do want to talk to Leliana as well. Very quickly.
He is quite a character, your Zevran, no?
Zevran, he's interesting and fun to be with.
He seems to seek pleasure above all things. But there is more to him, isn't there? He is more complex than he lets on.
Yes, that's true.
I feel that it is in my interest to study those I travel with. And Zevran deserves special scrutiny, seeing that he tried to kill you. But it seems you trust him, judging from your closeness. If you do, then I do too. You haven't led us astray yet. That aside, you do have good taste. He's an attractive one.
Thanks. I rather like him myself.
I can tell.
That wasn't what I wanted to talk to Leliana about. Ogren.
I got a moment, sure.
I'd like to know more about you.
What about?
What's it like to be a warrior in Orzammar?
You get a sword or an axe, and are told to go out and defend your city. It's the best thing in the world. That is until you try to live in the city you saved.
What do you mean?
I mean, they train you to kill, teach you to harness your rage at the first noise you hear, then try to set 100 sodding rules about it. Like those provings. Ancestors show their favor through the strongest arm, right? So why so many rules saying how to fight and when you win and not to bloody kill? Killing's what swords are for.
I see what you mean.
You toss a nug to a deep stalker, you don't expect it not to eat the thing, right? This makes me cranky. Don't you have any other inane questions?
Actually, let's talk more some other time.
All right. Aye, all right then.
Oh, God. I don't remember how to get Ogren's approval up. I might have to cheat or use the feast day gift, I don't know.
You've seen and touched Andraste's ashes. They are the holiest thing on this earth, the remains of the Maker's chosen.
I would not have disturbed them but for the Arl's sake.
I know, it seems almost irreverent to use her as a curative. And it is also a tiny bit morbid. I do not know if I am worthy to look upon her.
Why do you even revere Andraste?
Why shouldn't I? I don't understand.
We don't need Andraste if the Maker speaks. Never mind, forget I said anything.
Then let us move on.
Ren's like, your sky god is weird. Your reference of him is weird.
Thank you so much.
This is about Anarin, I assume.
Yes, you led me to Anarin. You persisted, even though I was sure all you were going to find was a dead end.
It always feels good to get a good resolution.
I will never be able to repay you for what you've done for me. Finding Anarin allowed me to bring that chapter of my life to a close. I feel free. A great weight has been lifted off my heart. This moment, it feels like the moment before the sunrise, when all the world is still, holding its breath, waiting for first light. I can stop thinking about my past and look forward to the future. Thank you, my friend. You will always have my gratitude.
Yaw. Don't mention it, Win. Now, seriously, Leliana.
I know that look. You have something on your mind, don't you?
Let's talk.
Of course.
Are you feeling better about what happened with Marjolaine?
Yes, a little better. Time heals all wounds, so they say. Scars remain, but they are just colors in the painting that is my life, no?
I just wanted to make sure you're all right.
I wish things had happened differently, but knowing her and knowing me, I don't think it could have. We had good times, though, and I look back on those fondly. Whatever happened after will never change the truth of the past.
You know you can talk to me if you need to.
It's not so bad. Look, now I have new friends, a new family. In spite of it all, life is good.
You wish to talk? Ah, good. I have a question for you. How well versed are you in poetry? Antivan poetry, specifically.
I know nothing of poetry.
Trust me, you'll know even less once I tell you this. It was recited to me, as I recall, by a rather wealthy target of mine. Let's see. The symphony I see in thee, it whispers songs to me. Songs of hot breath upon my neck. Songs of soft grants by my head. Oh, no. Songs of hands on muscled back. Songs of thee come to my bed.
That is cringeworthy at best.
Oh, I know. I couldn't believe that she thought this would actually convince me to spare her. I had sex with her anyway, but that goes without saying. She still had to die. The poem was amusing at the time, however, and thus I've always remembered it.
So you thought to seduce me with it?
Now that is a thought, isn't it? Would it work?
It might.
I'll have to keep that in mind. Personally, my preferred methods of seduction are a bit more tactile. Here I thought you might be cheered up by some naughty poetry. You simply look so grim. Such an unflattering expression for such a handsome face.
I appreciate the effort.
Do you? It's always pleasing to have one's efforts recognized. Good karma all around. Me, I tend to make the best of whatever situation I find myself in, stealing what moments I can. It's served me well most days. You might learn to do the same.
I'll keep that in mind.
Or you could ignore my advice, considering where my brilliance has gotten me. Enough poetry, I think. The time has come for traveling and the murdering of villains and whatever else passes for adventuring these days.
You're quite taken with each other, aren't you?
You know about Zevran and me?
I almost wish I didn't. Half of us aren't getting any sleep, the way you two carry on all night.
Sorry.
I've noticed your blossoming relationship, and I wanted to ask you where you thought it was going. It seems he only ever has one thing on his mind. I question the wisdom of a Grey Warden being involved in such an affair.
We're just taking it one day at a time.
You are a Grey Warden. You have responsibilities which supersede your personal desires.
I can handle my responsibilities and my relationships.
Love is ultimately selfish. It demands that one be devoted to a single person who may fully occupy one's mind and heart to the exclusion of all else. A Grey Warden cannot afford to be selfish. You may be forced to make a choice between saving your love and saving everyone else. And then what would you do?
Ooh, foreshadowing. I don't want to have to make that choice.
Nothing is certain. Not in these times. You cannot take anything for granted. I want you to be aware of this.
I'll consider what you said.
I am just trying to minimize the suffering that may come to either of you. I have given my advice. Do with it what you will.
I know this is a dialogue-heavy episode, but there's a lot of stuff that we need to catch up on, especially with Liliana, Wynn, and Zevran.
I know that look. You have something on your mind, don't you?
Let's talk.
Of course.
Why did you decide to come to Ferelden?
My mother was from Denerim, and I consider myself a Ferelden. Mother served an Orlesian noblewoman who lived here when Orlais ruled. When Orlais was defeated and the common folk began to resent the presence of any Orlesian, the lady returned to Orlais. She took my mother with her. I was born in Orlais and did not set foot in Ferelden till much later. Mother was always telling me stories of her homeland. I think she missed it.
What happened to your mother?
Mother died when I was very young. Lady Cecily let me stay with her. I had no one else. She was quite old then, and she had me study music and dance to entertain her. It is unfair that I have more memories of Cecily than my mother.
Do you remember nothing of your mother?
Strangely, the only thing I really remember of Mother was her scent. She kept dried flowers in her closet amongst her clothes. Small white Ferelden wildflowers with a sweet fragrance. Mother called them Andrastis grace. They were very rare in Orlais. But enough about that. Let us move on.
You call?
Care to answer some questions?
Can I respond in poetry? No? How sad.
So tell me more about your adventures.
I wouldn't have spoken about it before, but you have been a good friend. There is no reason for me not to speak of it now. There is a reason I accepted this mission in Ferelden, far away from home, and it had nothing to do with any thought that I might leave the Crows. Meeting you, after all, was quite an accident. My last mission before this one did not end well.
What happened?
You must realize that until that day I was cocky and arrogant. I was the best crow in Antiva, I believed, and I bragged of my conquests often, both as an assassin and lover.
You were more cocky and arrogant?
Indeed. I was often told I was insufferable, right before I ended up in bed with someone. Such is how it was. One of the crow masters grew tired of my boasting. My bid for an incredibly difficult mark was accepted, much to my surprise. A wealthy merchant with many guards and completely silent. Taliesin agreed to be part of my team, as well as an elven lass named Rina. She was a marvel. Tough, smooth, wicked. Eyes that gleamed like justice. Everything I thought I desired.
Uh-oh.
Rina was special. I had closed off my heart, I thought. But she touched something within me. It frightened me. When Taliesin revealed to me that Rina had accepted a bribe from the merchant, told him of our plan, I readily agreed that she needed to pay the price and allowed Taliesin to kill her. Rina begged me not to. On her knees, with tears in her eyes, she told me that she loved me and had not betrayed us. I laughed in her face and said that even if it were true, I didn't care.
But that wasn't true.
I convinced myself it was. Taliesin cut her throat, and I watched her bleed as she stared up at me. I spat on her for betraying the crows. When Taliesin and I finally assassinated the merchant, we found the true source of his information. Rina had not betrayed us, after all.
I'm so sorry.
I wanted to tell the crows what we had done, our mistake. Taliesin convinced me not to. He said it would be a foolish waste. So we reported that Rina had died in the attempt. We needn't have bothered. The crows knew what we had done. The master who disliked me told me so to my face. He said the crows knew, and they didn't care. And one day, my turn would come.
I don't know what to say.
You once asked why I wanted to leave the crows. In truth, what I wanted was to die. What better way than to throw myself at one of the fabled Grey Wardens? And then, this happened, and here I am.
That is awful, Zevran. I'm so sorry.
It feels good to speak of it to someone. I swore I never would. Whatever it is I sought by leaving Antiva, I think I have found it. I owe you a great deal.
You owe me nothing.
Let us return to your mission, shall we? Suddenly, I do not feel like standing about.
Aww. That was, I think, the moment where Ren actually, tripped and fell in love with Zevran. And, it was terrifying. It was pretty fucking scary. I think now's a good time to break it off for the night. When next we meet, we'll return to Denerim, and we'll get this shit done.